Hey, Yugioh. I guess I could try it again. Good morning, everyone! It is Saturday and it's time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. This is episode 7 of Back to Yu-Gi-Oh! And let me quickly update you on where things stand. I did order some new cards last week already, but they haven't arrived yet, so I have to continue playing with the cards I have. I might borrow some cards at the store again, but as of now the new cards haven't arrived. But some other things have arrived. Usually I used to film with this very cheap Asian knockoff camera, and I decided I wanted to have better video quality, so I got myself a GoPro Hero 7. I'm gonna use that for the games from now on, and I also ordered some other things. The problem with this here now is I ordered an SD card because this one has a really shitty SD card with it, but the SD card hasn't arrived, so as you can see, I just woke up, so let's go and change, and then we can get ready to go to the store. So let's do some movie magic. And that's it. I just took a quick shower and changed, and I already packed up all of my Yu-Gi-Oh gear, including the cameras. And this week, instead of the montage I do before going to the store, I tried to do something different. I tried to test out my DSLR, and so here are some beauty shots of the Yu-Gi-Oh deck, hopefully. So that turned out pretty well. I'm curious what you think about this. Tell me down below if you prefer this or the montage footage. But now let's head over to the games and see how we did this week. He wins the dice roll and decides to go first. He sets 3 cards and then passes to me. I start out by playing Scrap Recycler and searching my deck for Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. I link into Wyvern and then target Recycler, to which he chains Fiend Griefing, but I negate it with Ash Blossom. After that he activates Dynamiscus and discards 1 card to banish my Wyvern, but I chain Scrap Storm, get my Searcher in the graveyard and then special summon it through its effect. In the end phase he uses Skarm's effect to get a tour guide to the underworld on his hand. On his turn he summons it and tries using his effect, but I negate it with Ash Blossom. After that he attacks my Searcher, sets 1 card and passes. I started playing Terraforming, which gets me a Scrap Factory that I then play. After that I play Scrapyard and get a Scrap Orthos to my hand. Next I normal summon Scrap Goblin, to which he chains Fiend Griefing. He targets my Searcher in the grave and shuffles it back into the deck. After that he chains Trap Trick, which gets him another Dynamiscus on the field. He then activates it and banishes my Scrap Goblin. I set 1 card and then pass. In the end phase he tries using Skarm's effect, but I negate it. He special summons Sir, then special summons Skarm and destroys it, and then attacks me for 1000 damage. In the end phase he gets another tour guide through Skarm's effect. I normal summon Mind Reader, then special summon Orthos and destroy Mind Reader, which triggers Scrap Factory's effect. I get a Golem through it, and Golem gets me back Scrap Recycler, which searches for Christian Rosenix. The token gets destroyed because of his token collector, so I link my other 2 monsters into Scrap Wyvern and get Orthos back. Orthos effect gets me Scrap Recycler to my hand. I special summon Scrap Golem and destroy his token collector. After that I synchro into Scrap Twin Dragon and attack him for tons of damage.
Tons of damage.
On his turn he normal summons Tour Guide, then special summons Graph and then Exceed summons into Dante. Dante mills Barber and I take 300 burn damage. He special summons Farfa and Rubik and links them both into Hulky Fibrex. That gets him an effect Veiler on the field, which he then links together into Celine to get another effect Veiler. He then links into Access Code Talker, destroys my Twin Dragon and my factory, and then attacks over my Golem with 3000 damage. In the end phase he uses Skarm's effect again to get Farfa and then passes. I play Scrap Recycle to get Searcher back in the grave, then I get back my Scrap Twin Dragon with Wyvern, and he realizes that he has no more options, so he surrenders.
Round 2. Fight!
On game 2 he goes first and plays Tour Guide, but I negate it with Ash Blossom, so he sets one and passes. I play Scrap Beast and try attacking his Tour Guide, but he activates Trap Trick and gets a Karma Cut, so he discards one and banishes my Beast. In the end phase the Rhino Warrior gets him a Skarm, which gets him another Tour Guide, and on his turn he summons Tour Guide and then special summons Gruff, and from that he goes into Dante. Dante mills free and then he links into IP Mascarena. He special summons Sir and gets his Dante back. From there he goes into Beatrice and then he attacks me directly. In the end phase, Skarm gets him a Rubik on the hand. I just set one card and pass back to him. He banishes my card, so I decide it's better to go to round 3.
Round 3. Fight!
In game 3 we're almost at time. I start with Scrap Recycler into O-Lion and get a Wyvern out. Wyvern targets Recycler and he plays DD Crow, but I deny it with Called by the Grave. I special summon my Golem, get back my Recycler and destroy it with Wyvern's effect. Then I set 2 and pass. He special summons Farfa, then special summons Skarm, and from there Exceed summons into Dante. He mills 3, one of them is Graph and the other is Backjack. I play Called by the Grave on Backjack and negate his Graph with Ash Blossom. This was clearly a misplay because he summons Barber, gets it into the graveyard with Mascarena and then removes one card to do 300 burn damage, and so I lose because of time. For this game I won the dice roll, so I go first. I start by playing Scrap Factory, then play Scrap Chimera. After that I special summon Scrap Orthos and it destroys itself, which triggers Scrap Factory, which then summons a Scrap Golem that gets me back my Scrap Orthos on the field. I link Golem and Chimera into Wyvern and Wyvern gets me back Golem and destroys Orthos. I then special summon a second Golem from the deck and both Golems get me back Chimera and Orthos. I synchro one Golem with Orthos into Scrap Twin Dragon and then pass. He summons Solid Soldier and then all the things happen.
A few minutes later.
He quickly gets a full board.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
He just keeps on going and going.
1 hour later.
He summons Hero Plasma and steals my Scrap Twin Dragon.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
He activates Dark Calling and summons Malicious Bane, which clears my board and triggers Factory, which gets me a Goblin on the field.
Eventually.
He eventually gets rid of my Goblin and attacks with all his monsters for game.
Round 2. Fight!
Game 2, I go first again. I play Scrap Yard to search for a tuner. I go for Scrap Goblin. I then play Scrap Factory. After that I just set 2 cards and pass. On his turn he starts with a Polymerization and fusion summons Increase and Liquid Soldier into Sunrise. This also gets him a Miracle Fusion on his hand. He then normal summons Vion and gets a Malicious in his grave to special summon it, but I negate it with Called by the Grave. Next he uses Miracle Fusion to get an absolute 0 on the board and then he goes to battle phase. He takes my face down Goblin, which is destroyed by Sunrise, which triggers Factory's effect that gets me a Searcher on the board. This is destroyed and then he attacks me for 3100 damage. I normal summon Scrap Mind Reader and then special Orthros, which destroys Mind Reader and triggers Factory's effect. Searcher is summoned through its own effect and then Factory searches for a Scrap Golem. Golem then gets me Scrap Goblin back on the field and before I can synchro summon he drops a Nibiru. The board is cleared and I don't get a token because of 0, so on his turn he attacks me with 3000 damage directly. He passes back, I summon Scrap Beast and go to main phase 2 where I summon Scrap Mind Reader and destroy Scrap Beast, which triggers Scrap Searcher and Scrap Factory. Factory special summons Golem, which gets me Beast back on the field, then I link into Scrap Wyvern and get my Orthos back on the field, which I destroy. Searcher is triggered again and comes back to the field, and then I special summon another Golem through Wyvern's effect and destroy his Nibiru. My new Golem gets me Orthos back on the field, and then I synchro summon twice into double Scrap Twin Dragon. I can't attack because it's main phase 2 already, so I pass to him, he draws and gets nothing, so we go to game 3.
Round 3. Fight.
In game 3 he goes first, pays 4000 life points and plays a Hero Leaves, which gets him a Stratos. Stratos gets him Solid Soldier on the field, which gets him another Stratos and a Fairies on the hand. Next he plays Fusion Destiny, mills Malicious and Shadow Mist, and then fusion summons into Hero Dangerous. He discards one to special summon Fairies. Fairies gets him an increase in the trap zone, which then gets special summoned, and after that he special summons Vion and gets a Celestial in the graveyard.
Much later.
He is pretty much full board, I can just set 3 cards and then pass back to him. He starts his turn by playing Dark Calling, but I negate it with Solemn Warning. Next he summons Vion, but I chain Torrential Tribute and clear the entire board. On my turn I activate Crystal Rosenix in the graveyard and get a token, then normal summon Scrap Beast and link into Scrap Wyvern. I then special summon Parallel Exceed and get a second Parallel Exceed from the deck. I try using Wyvern's effect, but he negates it with Caught by the Grave, so I go to battle phase and attack. He has no response, so I win the game.
Victory Screech!
In game 3 I played against Altergeist and the game was pretty slow in round 1. Can you stop with the noise out there?
Please.
So in round 1 I did some damage first and he played Imperial Order, which locked me down pretty hard, but he kept paying for Imperial Order and not having any outs against my cards. So in the end he had 700 life points left, and because Imperial Order kills you if you have to pay exact life points, I won round 1 because of that. In round 2 it was pretty similar, except this time I had no outs and he won pretty easily. And in round 3 I did some damage again and then time was called, so I won because of timeout, because I did more damage than him. And for the 4th game I played against Zombie World, and in round 1 I really didn't know what to do against it. He played the zombie field spell card, turning all monsters into zombies. I actually had Imperial Order, but I thought it probably isn't as bad for me, which was very wrong. Mostly because immediately after he used Super Polymerization and got rid of my monsters and basically killed me pretty quickly. I also lost the second round pretty easily because I didn't really know what to play against it, but overall it was a good experience for learning a new deck. And that's basically the games for this week. And that's it for this week. I am actually really happy about how this tournament turned out. I see clear improvement. I played 3 rounds for almost all the games and I won 1 game more than I did in the last tournament, so it was really much better. I also noticed that I did lesser misplays and I didn't take as much time to think about all the moves I was gonna make. I changed the deck a little bit. I added 3 Ash Blossoms and 3 Caught by the Graves and 2 Parallel Exceeds, which saved my
Booty.
in the last game. And that's all I changed about it, really. I ordered those cards actually last week, but they didn't arrive yet, so I borrowed it from somebody at the tournament, but they will arrive next week hopefully, so we will have them in the video with an unboxing. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Back to Yu-Gi-Oh! If you did, feel free to like and subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification whenever I put a new video out. Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos will be each Monday or Tuesday depending on how long it takes me to edit. And if you have any suggestions for the channel, or if you have any suggestions for what I should change about the deck, tell me in the comments down below and I will reply to you for sure. That's it for this week. I already said that, but until next time, have a nice day.